Other big SEC news this week at your alma mater, where Jim McElwain introduced as the new Gators head coach. He's got Nick Saban ties, of course, 4 years as Alabama's offensive coordinator, a couple of national title rings. Very quick rebuilding job at Colorado State the last few years. Inherited 3-9, went 10-2. Jeremy Foley bringing him down, giving him a head coaching opportunity in the SEC. What are your expectations for McElwain? How big is the job to get the Gators back in that championship game in Atlanta?
Well, I've talked to Mr. Foley, and he's super excited about it. He really liked his conversations with Coach McElwain, and Coach McElwain has a few things that you need to have when you're the head coach at the University of Florida. Because as the head coach at University of Florida, there is a lot of pressure, and you got to be ready to handle that pressure. You got to be ready to play in big games. Well, he's had a lot of pressure when he was the OC at Alabama, and he also knows what it means to rebuild a team when he went to Colorado State, and he rebuilt that team, and they were 10-2 this year. And he's going to have to do a little rebuilding with Florida's offense. So he's got the skills, so we'll find out what happens.
You know, Tim, I think one of the things that had to be attractive to Jeremy is the head coaching experience that Mac was able to gain out in Fort Collins, and the job that he did there turning around the Rams program, making them more of what they used to be with Sonny Lubick. I think that this is a great fit because it's the first time Florida's going to have a chance to recruit quarterbacks, receivers, running backs, and offensive linemen in a very talent-rich state with high school football players to play an NFL style of offense. They've been running this system the last few years where they haven't been able to develop receivers. They haven't been able to bring in great quarterbacks. And I think now, with the exception, of course, of Tim, and now I think they're going to be able to go out there and bring in guys to run that style of offense. I think the biggest hire is, who does he bring in as his defensive coordinator? Yeah. He's one of these head coaches that's going to spend all of his time on offense. He's going to hand over the defense and say, you're in charge of the defense. See you Saturday. Who will that guy be?
That's a good point, because what I've heard about Coach McElwain is he loves to let his assistant coaches coach. And he likes to get guys who have experience in multiple systems, meaning that you're not just focused on one type of system. You're very flexible. He can get guys to play for him because he's not trying to tailor them just to one specific system. He wants to make the system specific to the talent that's around him. So he's not excuse-oriented, and he's very prepared. When you talk to his former players, they'll say, even in defeat, we always felt as though we were better prepared. We may not have executed well enough to win that game, but Coach had us mentally prepared for anything that had happened on that field. I like what I'm hearing about Coach McElwain, Chris. I think this guy is a really good hire.
That's a great thing for your former players to say. He always had us prepared.
Exactly.
Meanwhile,